How y'all doing? I'm Jay Harris, Champion Defense Shooting Complex, and this is my bag dump. So basically what I want to go over is the different items you'll need on a backcountry hunt, especially if you try to do an ultra light hunt, and it's kind of avoid you from having some of the pitfalls I had over the last 6 years and how I got to this point and why I select these items. First off is my pack selection. This is the KUIU 6200 series. I like this pack because it gives you a lot of space and a lot of room for all your gear. It's ultra light, has a carbon fiber frame. It's the Pro 6000. I say 6200, it's Pro 6000, correction. But I'll do another actual series on this bag. But for this video, I just want to give you a broad overview of what I carry and why, and some of that kind of nuances if you decide to go with other products, if you're not too sure what to get, all right? So that's our bag, it's the Pro 6000 by KUIU. For this year's hunt, I'll be using the SIG Cross Sawtooth chamber and 7mm PRC. I went with this option. I normally run a 300 PRC with Proof Research, but that gun's pretty bulky, so I wanted something that was more, even though it's light, it definitely has a good pound because it's all carbon fiber. It was just bulky and long, and trying to get that broken down in your bag and pack before you get some thick brush up there, because the conditions change when you get in the mountains. I wanted something more versatile, and SIG came out this cross, so it's a perfect fit. Because the 7mm PRC is still running a Proof Research barrel. This carbon fiber, keeping it really light. Total weight on this rifle, with optics and everything, is about 10 pounds, and that's kind of a sweet point when you start shooting magnum caliber. So it's perfect, but the big thing about this firearm, it has a folding stock, so it fits on the side of my bag really easy. It's very lightweight, so whenever you're doing an ultralight hunt, everything matters. So ounces equal pounds, so you want to make sure you scale out everything from your optic to your bipod, and really think about that pound that you're going to be using, so it doesn't affect you in the mountain and you can have a more enjoyable hunt. All right, I'm running a MDT double pull on here. It's really lightweight, it's only a few ounces, so it doesn't add a lot of weight to the rifle. And again, makes it a lot compact to carry around. For ammo, I'm only carrying a few rounds. I have about 15 rounds that I carry, maybe less. So I always carry backup ammo. My magazine capacity for those is 6 rounds. So I'll carry enough if anything goes wrong or additional hunting out there. But just like to have extra ammo on me, but not a lot. Weight matters out there. Next, talk about kill kit. Kill kit's just what you're carrying when you're gonna quarter out your ammo. So always make sure you have a good set of game bags. They're large game bags. I'm hunting elk, so you wanna shop for the large game bags. The game bags I use are super lightweight, but they also have a good reflective material in case I gotta hang it in the trees and come back and get it later. I wanna make sure I can find it, all right? Also pack out a chem light to mark the carcass so I can come back and find it if we need to, because you're not going to carry that whole animal at one time. You probably have to make a few trips with you and your buddy. My main knife I use is a Benchmade Altitude. It's very lightweight. This sits on my bono harness. And then the other part I use is the Gerber. This is the Randy Newberg edition. It has a bunch of blades in here, but these two tools right here can quarter out two bulls if needed be. We did it last year with no problem at all. Of course, having a knife sharpener with you, keeping a sharpener so you can sharpen between cuts, but we like doing the gutless method, so it gets it done really easy. Next, moving on to food and what I pack out. You wanna make sure you have a food that's gonna keep you fueled up, all right? So we normally do 3-day spike hunt, so we'll set up base camp and then go up in the mountain for 3 days, come back down and refit. So each of these bags has a day's worth of food in it. I keep the food weight about a pound a bag, so it's about 3 pounds, a little over 3 pounds worth of food here. So I like to carry an MRE and some kind of noodle with me, because they're both high in calories and high in carbohydrates, and then some mixed nuts and raisins, things like that I can eat on the trail. But this whole bag I will break down throughout the day, eating a smaller meal for lunch, some Stinger bars, some 20-gram protein bars, and then for my lunch meal, maybe the noodles, and then for dinner, the MRE. I like carrying MREs because it doesn't need as much water. When you carry like Mountain House and things like that, you need to carry more water or find more water to make those meals, and that water equals poundage, right? But if you have MREs, you have a choice of boiling in the bag or cooking MRE right there in your jet bowl. Carry a big pot jet bowl. Normally only one of us carry a jet bowl. It doesn't take both of us to carry a jet bowl, and the other person carries some fuel just to kind of distribute the weight and balance the weight out, so you're not carrying a big stove on you. But again, make sure you have something that's going to get some heat to you. This will also help you set a fire if you need to out there later on. Moving over to installation layers, puffy top and bottom. These are both KUIU. This is their Ultra Down, Pro Down series. So KUIU is a great company. I've been using them for quite some time. A little on the high end, but all good ultralight hunting gear costs you money. So you're gonna have to spend something to be comfortable out there. The more comfortable you are, the longer you can do the hunt. But this is my puffy bottoms and puffy top. I don't carry rain gear. I just carry a poncho because the poncho is multi-use, right? So I can set up a shelter. We're out there glassing for a while, but lightweight poncho, it's under a pound. It's only a few ounces. I think it's 13 ounces for this. Packs away light, or if I'm going to go light or do some glass, I could throw it in my pocket or one of my smaller bags. But I like the poncho versus another set of rain gear because most of the gear that KUIU has DWR in it, is going to have some kind of water resistance as well. Cold weather down gloves, packable gloves. Again, super light, super packable. For my outer layer jacket, it's the Access by KUIU. This normally stays in my pack. I don't really move with this unless it's super cold, but we'll do another series on layering system, but this does stay in my pack until I need it, and I probably walk around with a long sleeve KUIU top on or even short sleeve sometime, depending what the temperature is when we're going up and down the mountain. Next, go over sleep system. This right here is a seated summer bag liner. I just like to carry it for comfort. If I need to drop weight, this is probably the first thing to go, even though it doesn't weigh a lot, but just a comfort item. But it is a fleece liner and has thermal properties in here to help you retain body heat. Or I might carry just for my bag alone, depending what part of the season I'm hunting in. But this will go inside the bag, your sleeping bag at night, and you just get up in there. This right here is my trekking pole tent. So I don't like to have a lot of stuff and like multiple use. So my trekking pole can set this up and have other uses for it. But trekking pole tent, outside this is Seated Summit compressed waterproof bag, but inside I have a KUIU 15-degree bag. Love this bag, super light. It's a 850 down fill. Again, we'll go over all this in detail and difference in bags, but this way it's super compact, keeps my bag light and keeps my bag small, so I have room for other things or not carrying too much. Okay, got a Neo Air thermarest. This thermarest has this Neo. When you pick in your thermarest, you want something with good cold weather properties. It's going to keep the cold air off you, so when you lay it on the ground, it can actually not allow that cold air to come up against your body while you're sleeping. So when you're looking for your thermarest, make sure you get a 4-season thermarest and not something that's a summer use, because you're going to freeze at night. My first hunt, I tried to get a lightweight thermarest. It didn't have those thermal properties in there. It was like sleeping on the ground, okay? So make sure when you're shopping for those thermarests, makes a lot of them. The Neo Air has a great line. So I highly suggest you spend the money on a good night's sleep and invest in your sleep system. If anything else, your sleep system, because it gets pretty cold up there. All right. Next, hydration. Again, KUIU, this is their ultralight bladder system. And this is actually a pack you can put on. I like carrying this because if I break away from that pack after we're spike hunting, I might just grab this, get my binos, throw a meal in here, and then can go up a little bit farther than glass. But I always like to carry my full system and not just a bladder, because I might want to go a little lighter, and I actually have the straps here and can put some different items in the pack. Even if it's my poncho, if I think it's going to rain, I have it with me. Normally when we're walking out, we'll fill our bladders maybe halfway, depending on what our route is. So normally plan our route, we make sure we plan our route around a lot of streams, or where we know we have some running water, so we can fill up and drink from the streams. And when doing so, you always make sure you have some kind of purification system. I carry the Sawyer. This Sawyer just connects to we call this the dirty bag. So this is where my dirty water go into, and then I hook the Sawyer up to it, and then I can just either drink straight from the tube if I'm drinking straight from that stream, or use this to refill my bladder on my pack. So again, trying to get multiple items and keep them as small as possible so you're not carrying a lot. For backup, in case my Sawyer breaks or the water is a little bit too sketchy, I do carry some iodine tabs to purify the water. If you need to break them, put a few of these purification tabs in the water, wait a few minutes, and then you can drink it, make sure it's safe, okay? Hydration packs. These are just flavored recovery hydration packs. Carry a few of these, fill them up in put them in my bladder, drink them, or in my jet boil cup, just to keep the hydration going, so you're not cramping and things like that. You will cramp up going up and down those hills, but these are great items. The Elevate has some energy properties in there, but keeps you good hydrated and keeps away the cramps. All right, next I go over tripods. Being in backcountry and being in the mountains and mountain hunting, you always want to take a tripod with you. This is a great asset to have, multiple use. I selected the Really Right Stuff. I have both the TFC T33. This is a 3-section tripod. The ball head on here is not Really Right Stuff. It's just a standard ball head, because I'm only shooting off one at any given time. So one to hold my glass, one to hold the bipod. I don't carry both of these. This is the Ascend 14. This is a smaller version. It's about 2.5 pounds lighter than this one right here. But the reason why I have them both, because depending, we got a lot of snow or something like that, I'll probably select this one to get me up off the ground if I got to take a standing shot or kneeling shot, because sometimes that snow up there can be waist high, right? So I want to carry something a little bit longer, a little bit more sturdier. But both these tripods, I can glass off of them and shoot off of them. My rifle connects to both of them. But this is my go-to right here is the Sen 14, just because it's so versatile. It stands just as tall as this one, but it's lighter and more compact to go in the pack. And I can glass off of as well as shoot my rifle if need be. It's just if I got to get it up out of the snow, I want to have this one depending on where I'm at. But also if we're trucking around, blasting off the side of the mountain from the truck, this is always in the truck so I can just pop it out and not take those off my bag. So carrying both of these, not that you have to have both of them, but just think about that when you're selecting your tripods. Make sure they're lightweight. There's a lot of good companies out there. I just chose Really Right Stuff. They're probably the #1 in the industry right now. I'll make a great product and they have a great warranty. So we'll do another series on that as well. Okay. Moving over to glass. Start with my binos, carrying the SIG 10K BDX or ballistic app binoculars. These binoculars are going to give you everything. They'll give you all your environmental data, your range, your spin drift, everything you need, and it also send you your data to your gun so you understand your elevation shifts and your wind shifts right here from your binos. So you're not jumping from a rangefinder to binos. Everything's right here. They're rangefinder binos. They even have a MOA or mill reticle in there you can set it for. Obviously, I shoot MOA when I'm hunting, so you can actually use your MOA reticles and everything. So great binos. These are the SIG. So these are a 10 power. Using my bino harness. I'm normally glassing out of these. They can snap to my both my tripods if I need to. So always make sure you have a good set of binos. Even if you go super light, a 10 by 42 is more than enough glass up in the backcountry. So this is my go-to for glass. If I'm going to light this glassing a little bit, don't need my gun. I'm not taking my gun. I'll take my bigger scope. This is the Vortex 60. This is the Vortex Diamond 20 by 60 that I would carry. But normally this might stay in the truck and we're glass off the side of the road or something like that, or up a mountain. I'll use this one to get some good, capture some good images of whatever bull or mule deer I'm looking at. But I'm not carrying this when I have my total pack on me, all right? The bigger pack on me. Vortex came out with the Razor HD 13 by 39, which is great because this thing is about a pound. It's super compact. So this and this together is it's under 3 pounds. So you can't beat that opposed to carrying a bigger one. So this, I love that they came up with this, but this I'll carry everywhere when I'm out in the mountains. I'm glad they had it because prior years I was carrying this big thing right here, and I try to get this is a lot of weight. So I wind up leaving it in the truck and just going on my bino just to get off the weight. So this is the Vortex 13 by 39. All right, next is electronics. All right, obviously got to have some kind of electronics up there. I don't carry a lot. You always got to have a cell phone. Cell phone, I use it half the time, right? Have Onyx on here, some pictures or whatever I want to take. I can do everything on my cell phone, but I need a way to make sure I can charge it. But cell phone, I normally run Onyx, but for my GPS, I have an inReach. Okay, this is the 66i, it has inReach capabilities. What I love about the inReach, it has SOS, so it does take a Garmin subscription, but they have a tracking system on here. If you get in trouble, you push SOS, they're gonna send help, okay? You gotta pay for that, but it's not that much. You can pay for it at the beginning of the season and then shut it off when you get back or let it run out, it doesn't matter. But also it allows my family to track me. Once I turn on, my wife can simply log on the computer or she'll get a text of how I'm moving. She'll know exactly where I'm at, but she also can communicate with me through text because it does Bluetooth to your phone and give you satellite texting capability where I can even send pictures with it. So I've been carrying the inReach this is my second one. I have been carrying it for years. Great tool to have. It makes her wife feel comfortable when she's at home that she at least can not necessarily track me. She knows where I'm at if something happens and she can communicate with me and the kids can communicate with me. All right. I have the 57X for my Kestrel. Kestrel winds and up in the mountains changes constantly and the environment changes constantly. So you want to make sure you have a good environmental capture so you can put good data in your gun and get good data before you try to shoot that animal, especially at distance. You don't want to wound an animal and have an unethical kill or just have an animal out there running around with a gunshot that he has to deal with. All right. So make sure you invest. This one has to apply ballistics. So it does talk to the binos, it talks to my watch, talks to the inReach, so I can share that data or Bluetooth it in. But great tool to have, whether you just want to keep track with the weather, but mainly for your gun data, okay? To keep everything charged, I went with the Cold Zero. This is their solar panel. The solar panel is nice and rigid, flat, super lightweight. Has a plug in here in the back and plugs into the Venture battery pack. I use the Cold Zero Venture 35. It can charge all my devices. Make sure you have obviously your cords for the devices. But what I like about this, you can daisy chain it, where I can plug the Venture into the solar panel and then have all my devices plugged in this and they're charging at one time while it's charging off the sun. And at night, get in the tent, I might use this to charge it up. In the morning, pop this out. You can even clip it on the back of your bag if you need to, which I don't do often, but you can. But we get on the side of the mountain, we start glassing, just plug this up, let it charge while we're sitting there glassing. But that's about wraps it up for what I carry in my pack out in the mountain. To keep super light. My pack normally weighs under about 45 pounds and under. If I find it going over that, we'll start changing up a little bit and kind of downloading. The one thing I don't have out with me is a small first aid kit. I normally carry a small tourniquet, like the one in my pocket. A small tourniquet, some chest seals, and some gauze bandage, like a Israeli bandage or something like that. Not really huge kits, first aid kits, but each of us carry one of them just because things can happen, right? I just don't have it laid out right now. Aside from that, just everything I carry on my bag when we go up in the mountains. Normally we're working anywhere from 11,000 feet to 12,000 feet high, sometimes a little lower, but we want to better the change of conditions and have everything we need. So this is Jay Harris from Champion Defense. Thanks for tuning in.